Hello, hi, thanks again for joining me. I'm Zoe. I own Beautiful Healthy Home. I'm an independent online retailer, and my focus is helping people improve their indoor air. So I source a selection of natural products that are all sustainably manufactured and made, not just manufactured, but made as well, handmade. And today for Ethical Consumer Week, I'm talking to Siu-See from Scrubber Store. Scrubber Store make natural deodorants, and they were one of the first brands I bought into. Hi, Siu-See, really lovely to see you.
Hello, thanks so much for having me.
You're
Um,
welcome. See you. So Scrubber were one of the first brands that I brought into. I really felt it's not just about the indoor air, it's also about the products we put on our skin, obviously what's absorbed into our bloodstream. So it's really important that we have natural ingredients. So before we delve into the questions for Ethical Consumer Week, I'd love to know more about Scrubber and how you started up.
yeah, we actually started at the very end of 2020, kind of with a soft launch, but properly in January 21. We basically, the reason we started Scrubber is because I was doing like a lot of eco swapping and stuff for quite a while. And the deodorants that we could get all seemed very, very expensive for how much you got. And we basically just went a bit like, think we can do better. And then we just started making them. Like we started like making them in like our rice cookers and things like this. And obviously for a long time we just were giving them to like friends and family and things like this. And then in 21 we like started properly selling them, and it was very, very important for us to keep the price point low. I think on our website it says saving the earth shouldn't cost the earth, or something to that effect, which we thought was so clever. And then turns out everyone uses that same phrase. But yeah, so we kind of for our size. So our size is 85 grams for this, and it's $5.99 for a customer. We're still at the lowest priced natural deodorant, eco-friendly natural deodorant, and there's like zero plastic and everything. And we have just launched a dry shampoo as well. So
yeah, and I can say it's brilliant because I've been using it too. So that's a new product I've got in my shop as well. So well, that's what I love about Scrubber. It's the natural ingredients, but also the plastic-free packaging and just the branding. And really, really, can you hold it up actually? Do you want to show the branding?
This was our very first version, so it looks slightly different now. I think we've got a matte finish now, but
it's really cool. It's a push-up, so
yes,
it's a nice cream.
This one's actually empty, but you just push the bottom.
Yeah, so when you're making these natural deodorants, you obviously have certifications that you have to and guidelines that you have to follow, because it's does it come under the cosmetics?
Yeah, it comes under cosmetics, and you get it off certified. And it was actually really frustrating at the time because obviously Brexit had just happened.
Oh, yeah, of course,
yeah, and I mean we're still quite small, and we're focused on the UK right now, especially because that means there's less emissions and everything for our product. But it just is a bit frustrating because if it had been before Brexit, then we wouldn't have to get separately certified for the EU.
Okay, so I guess that's been quite a lot of paperwork then.
We haven't actually done it yet because it's so expensive. Like you need to get a responsible person and this and that. Anyway, boring stuff
for the future. Yeah. So this week we're obviously chatting today and part of Ethical Consumer Week, and what with the cost of living crisis that we're in, everyone's feeling the pinch. So do you want to just run through the kind of basic ethics of your business, and are there any cost implications that you're finding you're kind of dealing with in terms of cost of living?
So like I said, it's very important to us that our products are accessible. We really want it to be a gateway sort of eco swap product for someone who maybe is starting to care about the environment, or sort of like cares about it, but it's not like their major, they don't think about it all the time kind of person. And if our deodorant's just under £6, it's maybe like, oh, I'll just try that rather than something that's £20. And it also really upsets me and frustrates me that being eco-friendly and everything is like such a privilege, actually.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, it's quite elitist to be able to afford that.
It is upsetting, isn't it? Yeah, it should really
Yeah.
be available for everyone. Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's just weird because it's actually like, even with the energy crisis coming up, like suddenly everyone's like really conscious about energy because of bills. But usually the two go hand in hand. You benefit on all sides, you know? So yeah, so sorry, that's something that is important to me, which is why Scrubber, we want to keep it at the same price point as much as we can. The implications that we have already experienced with the cost of living crisis is that some of our suppliers have already, like, you know, our essential oils and things like this, like, have gone up already.
Yeah.
And also packaging, like any cardboard boxes or anything have gone up already as well. So the way we want to kind of tackle that is we're just going to have to try to outreach more and more and more, so that we have basically more and more people buying from us, and then we'll be able to keep our cost the same.
Yeah.
So long as we manage to get more customers, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, your entry price point on your dry shampoo is $7.50, and that's a great entry price point as well. So that's also doing a similar kind of thing, isn't it? Again, you're opening that market up to the mainstream.
Yeah, and also like I do feel our products last a very long time. Like they last months. So as in, well, you know, they last, shelf life is much longer, but like as you use it, like I think most people use one of our sticks for 2 months for the deodorant.
Yeah.
And the dry shampoo is even longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. So long lasting and natural. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the ingredients in them?
Yeah, sure. Let me have a quick look. It's like arrowroot, coconut oil, soy wax pellets. Did I say arrowroot already? Yeah, shea butter, things like this. And then we do, obviously the bicarb is the bit that sort of takes away the smell. And but also arrowroot and everything does a lot of the sort of like drying.
Yeah.
So that you don't feel as,
because I found with natural deodorant, because when I made the swap, it is a different way of being, and that's what I do I tell my customers when I'm on the market, like face to face, because with antiperspirants, you know, I was so used for 20 years of just sticking it under my arm, rolling under, and then just being completely dry for like 12 or 24 hours or whatever. And it's just so unnatural. But it took a while to get used to that idea of that sensation of actually letting your body breathe and letting your body sweat. And actually, I really enjoy it now, because at first I was like, oh my God, you know, I'm going to smell. And it doesn't. You can feel it kicking in, and then you're dry again. And then you might get a small whiff of the essential oils, which is really lovely. So yeah, no, I love that. I love the...
Yeah, I totally agree. When I first swapped over, I was like a Mitchum girl, like really strong, like antiperspirant. But it's weird because I actually would still find, I would associate that smell with sweat, and I would really dislike it. And I don't know why with natural deodorant, I don't have that. And I, like you say, I love the fact that I sweat. I feel so much healthier that I'm sweating. And yeah, like, I mean, obviously you know, with Scrubber, I feel like I can never smell sweat. Like I just smell the nice smells.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so important to let your body breathe. I think that's also, as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that just listening to my body and letting my body be my body is so much more important than it, like 20 years ago when I just tried to kind of pretend and cover up. And yeah, you know, like we're told to shave and we're told to do this and we're told to do that as women, particularly.
Yeah.
It's really nice just to be able to go, oh, so this is what, and maybe I might sweat more a particular time in the month and less so. And yeah, it's been a really interesting journey. So
yeah, it's right. Like I feel like it was like what we were striving for was actually to be kind of like a Barbie or something, like a plastic figurine.
Yeah, unattainable and so damaging mentally as well. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, did I answer the question?
Yeah, absolutely. No. Sorry, we went off on a tangent there. No, it's good. I like these chats. So this is what it's all about. It's also, you know, for the customer as well, so they get to know you and get to know face behind the brand and the product. So yeah, no, I think it's great. I think just coming back to the ethics then, because that's what we were talking about. You know, the ultimate goal, which is what you're maintaining, is that kind of that key price point and having it as accessible to the consumer.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yes, so like I said, we just want to, I guess, oh, I know what I was going to say. I guess the other worry that we might have
Mm.
is that with the cost of living crisis, like we don't, it'd be really sad to us, obviously, if any little eco shops, let alone like even the ones that don't stock us, like if any of them don't make it through it, like I think that's really sad. And unfortunately, it feels like that could be something we're facing, like, you know, big places like pubs and everything that are going to be closing down.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so I guess again, like it's just about us really like working hard to like keep marketing and keep reaching out to even more and more shops so that we can keep our price point low.
Mm.
And yeah, and then hopefully we'll also be in not small eco shops, we'll be in sort of more mainstream shops so that we can be that gateway product.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. That's great. Well, I guess the only other thing I wanted to add about deodorant, natural deodorant, certainly, is the lack of the purposeful lack of aluminium or aluminum salts.
Yes.
We haven't mentioned that, and that's obviously there's the kind of been lots of research about the negative health benefits and the fact it builds up in the body. I don't think it's definite about the cancer link, but there's lots of different kind of science out there about the
Yeah.
link to
That's
cancer,
what
breast cancer. So
Yeah, that's why we don't really talk about it too much, just because it's like the research is very
pity, isn't it? Yeah.
bitty in terms of just the cancer thing, but like
Yeah.
definitely, obviously, it's beneficial for your body not to have aluminium in it.
Yeah,
Uh,
just not having that body that building up, the body burden that's building up of these kind of like chemicals and metals and yeah, because in the long term, we don't really know what they're doing to us.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, it's been proven that like a lot of people sort of above a certain age, I think above 60 or 50-ish, have lead poisoning because of those implications, you know, when cars all had lead fumes. Um, so we really, yeah, we really don't know
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
long-term implications will be. And the only thing I feel like I can say for certain is like everyone I know who swapped to natural products of any kind, not just deodorant,
Mhm.
feel the benefits, you
Yeah,
know? And it's you know better for us, it's better for the environment as well. Like you're not every time you shower, you're not putting chemicals down the drain.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
You're not adding that to the waterways. Yeah, exactly. Oh, we're really, really good talking to you, Susie. I really appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, it's brilliant, really, really interesting. And if anybody does want to get their hands on Scrubber, I sell it through Beautiful Healthy Home, and Susie also sells it through Scrubber.store, or is it scrubberstore.com?
Scrubber.store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. So they're in there, and yeah, so do if you haven't switched to natural deodorant, now's your chance. And there's 4 amazing essential oil scents. So yeah, get your hands on a scrubber.
Great.
Well,
Thank you so much.
oh, you're welcome. Really good to see you, Susie. Thanks very much. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.